The person that would be super surprised to hear from me was someone that I had worked with a long time ago. Long time ago. I don't know the words to the song, but it was a good one. I don't know. Anyway, should not sing at the drop of a hat on my podcast. That will drive audiences away, Steve. Bad, bad, bad. Hey, welcome to another edition of the Ripple Effect Podcast. I'm Steve Harper, and I'm your host, and I'm on the marquee. It's my show. I am super excited to be here for this quick, we're going to call this a short solo episode. I know I did a solo episode a little while ago, but I have had a number of people that are like, dude, we love hearing from you and just you. Like, you're having a conversation with me, and I love taking you directly into my ears and into my eyes and my heart, I guess, maybe, I don't know. The eyes part is, I guess, obviously you're tuning in from YouTube and you're seeing this ugly mug and you're like, okay, I'll keep watching. Which I'm grateful for, because clearly I got a face built for a podcast. But I hear you, and I appreciate it. I appreciate that you guys want me to just jam with you on a topic of my choosing. Not that you don't love the guests. I mean, I'm getting all sorts of positive feedback on the guests that we've been having, and I am eternally grateful. In fact, I'm actually overwhelmed right now by how many people are actually reaching out and saying, hey, want to be on your podcast. It's, booking agents and, managers and people themselves that are like, dude, I want to get on the Ripple Effect podcast. What do I do to do that? And I'm like, wait, are you talking about my show? Like, are you sure? Like, I don't know where this interest is coming from, but I've had some kick-ass guests, and I guess, they bring the power, they bring the thunder, and people want a little bit of that for themselves, I guess, which is great. I am super excited about that. I mean, literally overwhelmed by the number of people that have been reaching out and saying, hey, dude, I'd love to be on your show if you'd be willing to think about it. I had somebody who, we're still working through the logistics to try and get on the show, but they're kind of like famous, famous. And they're like, oh, hey, look, I really want to, do this. And so-and-so told me about you, and I started checking out the show, and I'd really like to come, be a part of it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Right? So they have a very busy schedule, and we've got some things booked out for a few months out. And so I was fearful I was going to lose the opportunity here. And she said, no, absolutely. I want to be on it. Whenever we can make it happen, let's do it. And so we're really close on locking in that date, and I can't wait to have that guest on. But I can't wait to have any of my guests on. Really, to be honest with you, all the people that I've been interviewing have just been tremendous people. They bring some unique perspectives. They are doing amazing things in the world. They are creating such incredibly positive ripples, and I'm so blessed to have each and every one of them on the podcast. And I can't tell you how many ripples just the interviews have led me to. Getting done with the show and then bridging conversations beyond our interview and crafting some really amazing and interesting friendships has been probably one of the most exciting things. I've always tried to do that, but really it just seems like I'm operating at a completely different level right now, which is pretty fantastic. I am currently reading, and the purpose of today's solo podcast is a book. I'm working on a game. I can't tell you much about the game because I'm in the process of working on the game. But it is a low-tech, my friends, solution to helping bridge this important activity of connecting. And I'm super jazzed about it. I've been thinking about this for a very long time, but only over the last couple of months have I been understanding sort of the concept of putting it into game form. And the one thing I want to say is it's only game in theory, right? Because at the end of the day, game implies that there's got to be a winner and a loser. And this is not one of those games. This is actually a discovery game. This is something that is just heck of a lot of fun. I don't even know if we'll end up incorporating a point system into it necessarily so that you can declare a winner or feel like you won something. But the reality is, few people that have looked at it that are from the game space who have experience in creating experience activities have been really quite positive about it. And so thanks to my good friend Julie Sands, shout out to Julie. She hooked me up with this book. It was done, I think, pre-pandemic. I don't actually have the particulars on when it was produced, and I will probably butcher the author's name, Jane McCongle, McGonigal, and the book is called Super Better. And even though the book is not necessarily about game theory, it's about how games can make us better, how games can help us, through some really difficult times. Maybe we're stuck and we're unable to get off dead center, and we need that bit of inspiration. We need that nudge in the right direction to help us brainstorm, or helping us deal with some of our mental challenges, right? Our depression or our loneliness and our sense of isolation. And there's elements of what she does in terms of what she calls quests that are really, really powerful. And this one that has caught my attention that I tried this week, it's called the +1. And that was what I wanted to do today. I highly recommend that you check out the book. It is fascinating, and I will be going through it multiple times, because as I look at what she does with this concept, these concepts of games, I'm really trying to tie that into what I want to create here with my own game. So if you're interested in being maybe an early supporter of the game in some respect, financial, participatory, I don't know, hit me up, steve@ripplecentral.com. But back to the book. This book has really, really been insightful in a lot of ways. But one of the quests that she said that is important to follow is this one called +1. And it's a really simple process. And she said, it's something that doesn't require any technology to do. You can use technology actually to execute on it, but this game actually has a ripple effect. It makes you feel good, it makes the other person feel good. So there's 3 levels of difficulty: easy, medium, and hard, which doesn't become much easier than that, right? And really, essentially what you're doing is you're picking 3 people. First person is somebody that would be thrilled to hear from you. Second person would be someone that you would be thrilled to hear from. And the third person is somebody who would be kind of surprised to hear from you. Maybe a lost contact, an old friend, a family member you've lost touch with, an old boss, whatever. So how it works is +1 is that ultimately easy is kind of that low-hanging fruit one. It's kind of the person who'd be excited to hear from you on any day, whether it's an ordinary Tuesday or a Saturday morning. The medium would obviously be somebody you would kind of like to connect with, but maybe not otherwise would be expecting to hear from you. And the third person is just like, whoa, out there, hey, I didn't expect to hear from you. This is a surprise in a hopefully positive way. That's the hard level, right? So easy, medium, and hard. And her recommendation is wherever you feel game to plug in, do it. Find your easy people and take the reach out. And all you do is you shoot them a text or an email that says, hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, how's your day going? Or how's your week been? And the interesting thing is that when you quantify it for this other person, they feel compelled to give you a number, right? So say there's a 5, and you come back and you say, well, what can I do to get your 5 to a 6? +1. And I just love this. And so the challenge, she said, it depends on how aggressive you are, but if you play the difficult level, you have to play the earlier levels as well, right? The other 2 levels. So you got to play easy, medium, and hard. So you're really reaching out to 3 different people, which I did on this past Friday. And let me tell you, it blew me away as to how people responded. Now, I'm known for reaching out randomly and just saying, hello, how's it going? How you doing? And everybody kind of, always says, oh, things are good or fine. I have an acronym for fine here I'll share with you in a second. But the reality is that I'm kind of known for reaching out. But this, on a scale of 1 to 10 thing, is a different edge, and it is a unique strategy. And Jane, which I can't pronounce her last name, McConaughey, I don't know. McConaughey. Jane, the author, McGonigal. McConaughey. We'll go with McConaughey. McConaughey, Jane has opened up a whole universe of ways to connect with people just with this one quest. And the quest is how you get that response back, right? And you get this back in a way that is super surprising. So I did it, right? I have somebody easy that would be like, I love hearing from Steve. Boom, boom, I'm having a 7. It's like, and then when I went back and I said, what would it take for me to get you from a 7 to an 8? They were blown away. They actually picked up the phone and called me. We had this delightful conversation. It was great. My medium level person, someone that I would have loved to have heard from first, but I'm now making the first move. They're like, dude, I have been thinking about you for a while. Thank you so much. They actually picked up the phone and they called me rather than text me back and said, I am operating at a 4 because I've had kind of a bad week and I don't know how you can help me, but just the fact you reached out was significant. And I said, well, what can I do? What's going on? And that turned out there was something going on that I actually could help with. And through another connection, actually may have benefited them in some capacity. And then my expert level, the person that would be super surprised to hear from me, was someone that I had worked with a long time ago. Long time ago. I don't know the words to the song, but it was a good one. Oh, it's that American Pie. Hey, what's that? I don't know. Anyway, should not sing at the drop of a hat on my podcast. That will drive audiences away, Steve. Bad. Anyway, expert. This person had been somebody I've worked with, coached years ago. Years. We didn't end the relationship for any other reason other than they got promoted, went off and did something different and just didn't have the time. So, hey, no problem, no harm, no foul. I've tried to reach out a few times over the years and you always get, hey, things are great, let's catch up, but never do. This person responded with something that blew me away. They said, Steve, I can't believe you reached out to me. You always have this way of bubbling up. And I do believe there's some divine intervention that puts me in that path to connect with certain people at certain times, right? We've talked about that in the podcast before. But this person said, I had no idea how much I needed just to hear from you. I'm going through a real difficult time right now, career-wise, and I don't know how you can move me from their 3 to a 4. You know, they actually, I mean, this came up after the fact. Obviously, they rated it 3 and just said that they were having some difficulty with their career. But just the fact I reached out to them really put a smile on their face. And I suggested back to them in email, hey, why don't we jump on a call? No obligation, no pressure, but if I can help in any way. And all they needed to do was vent. They're having a difficult time at their current job with bad boss and bad leadership. And we talked through a couple of ideas and strategies. And I said, you know, I don't know if this is going to move you from a 3 to a 4, but I certainly hope. And by the end of the call, they were like, you moved me from a 3 to a 10. Because nobody actually gets what I'm saying like you do. And it was so amazing to hear that and to feel that, just that genuine magic, that love in that moment. And it was just such an amazing experience. And so I wanted to share that with you because this +1 is an easy quest to help you improve your connecting. And again, I'll butcher it again, but Jane McConaughey, that's what we're going with. Super Better is the book. Great book concept. She's got several great game ideas that help us get, you know, tuned into how we're feeling and maybe make some adjustments. But there's nothing better to move your mood in a positive upward trajectory than to make a difference in somebody's life, to create that positive ripple. And +1 has done it for me, and it's done it for 3 other people, and I can't wait to do it again this week. And I already have my 3 picked out. So I wanted to share that with you in the hope that maybe that might inspire you to do the same and to see the ripples that you create by going on this quest and conquering it and discovering the magic along the way. So I am super grateful for you guys tuning in to these all these episodes. I mean, as you know, I've had some amazing guests. I've got amazing guests coming up. Super excited for that. But I also want you to know how much I appreciate you just giving me a little bit of your time and attention. I know that there are a bajillion, literally a bajillion podcasts and more coming every single day for you to tune into. So the reason that you pick my little one to show up and listen is I'm beyond grateful and appreciative. And if you have suggestions on topics you'd like me to cover on a solo episode or areas of interest that you'd like me to explore, I'll go find the guests that have expertise in that space. Drop me a line, steve@ripplecentral.com. Last little plug before I let you go, and it is a not so little plug, which is we are building this amazing community online called The Pond. And if you go to ripplecentral.com / that's that little beep beep, Pond, P-O-N-D. You can check out what we're trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish, but we have got some incredible people in this community, and it's growing members every single day, and it's free. There is a potential pay option for you to go down the path of a 12-month immersive coaching program that we've created called Connect and Grow, but that is not what my intent is here. My intent is for you to come see all the free resources, all the amazing people that we've created in the pond or helped create this sense of community, and come play. Come enjoy what we're doing. There's a lot of things that you can take advantage of without having to feel like the pressure of paying for extra and doing more, blah, blah, blah. I mean, we're going to have some of that, of course, but I got to keep the lights on somehow. But at the end of the day, there's absolutely zero pressure, and I know people are benefiting greatly. I know a job got landed out of the pond just recently. I know somebody actually found a potential dance partner for their startup. I know things are happening. There's ripples occurring, and I'd love to invite you to come join us. So ripplecentral.com / POND. Come check it out. Guys, thank you so much. I will be back very soon with another episode with an amazing guest. But until then, go out there, make a difference in the world, make a difference in someone's life. You will make a difference in your own life, and as always, ripple on. This is where I'll have my editor put in some really cool outro music.